today we finally start learning Cypress. We are going to be using the skills we learned with the command line, GitHub, and Visual Studio Code to create a new Cypress project. I'm sure you're excited, so let's get started. We are going to start today in GitHub, so make sure that you are logged into your account. Now we're going to click the New button to create a new repository. Let's give the repository a name. We'll call it My First Cypress Project. We don't need to give it a description. You can decide whether you want to make this public or keep it private. I'm going to make mine public. Check the add a README file. We're not going to put anything in the README file, but it's just easiest to have one if you ever need one in the future. And we're going to add a git ignore file for Node. So click on that drop down and type in Node, select Node, and now it will ignore a bunch of Node files that you don't need to commit to GitHub. And now we'll click Create Repository. And your repository is ready. Next, we will click on the Code button. Make sure that SSH is selected, and then click the Copy button to copy the URL to the clipboard. Now we're going to go to the command line. And in the command line, we're going to CD to the folder that you want to put your project in. For me, I'm going to use my projects folder. And now I'm going to type git clone. And now I'm going to paste in what we just copied and then click return. And now it's asking for a passphrase, so I'll type in my passphrase. And now it has cloned the new project into my projects folder. So next thing we need to do is we need to change directories into that new project. So we'll say CD my first Cypress project. And now we are in that project folder. And the last thing we're going to do here in this command window is we're going to initialize our project as a node project. So we're going to say npm init --y. The --y just means we're accepting all of the defaults that are usually used when creating a new project. So click return. And now your project has been initialized as a node project. Now we're going to go over to Visual Studio Code. And you probably have another project open, maybe the one where we were learning about Node. So close that out by saying close folder. And then we're going to say open folder and navigate to where your new project is. There it is. And click open. And now your project has been opened. Let's take a look at the package.json file. This was put here when we initialized the node project. We also have in the folder the git ignore file, which is telling GitHub all of the different node files that it can ignore when we're committing code. And we also have the README file, which right now is empty, but we might want to use it someday to put important information in. So if we go back to the package.json file, we're now going to install Cypress. And the way we're going to do that is by opening up a terminal window inside VS Code. And now we're going to type npm install Cypress --save -dev. So what this is going to do is it's going to install Cypress into your project, and it's going to install it as a development dependency rather than a production dependency. This is useful to do if you are working with production code on your actual software team and you want to put Cypress into your team's project, but it doesn't need to be in the production. It only needs to be in the development. So click return. And we can see that Cypress is installing. And now it's all set. And if we look here on the package.json file, we can see the dev dependencies section, and we can see that Cypress has been installed. So now that it's been installed, let's open it. And we open it with this command, npx cypress open. npx is an execution command. Let's click return. And Cypress will open. You may get a message that says, I see that this is your first time using Cypress, and that's fine. But eventually this window will open, and we're going to choose E2E testing. And now we can see that Cypress has very helpfully added a whole bunch of configuration files to our project that we need in order to run Cypress. And next week, we will take a look at those files that have been added. Thanks for watching this video. If you found my training helpful, please like this video and share it with others. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single lesson. If you're enjoying Monday Morning Automation and you'd like to learn even faster, be sure to check out my book, The Complete Software Tester, which is available in Kindle and paperback on Amazon.com.